Go ahead, Jared.
Coach, you guys, over the course of 10 days, completely turn over your goalie room. I think that's the first time in NHL history it's happened. Just from your assessment, how's the vibe around the room? How's it been adding these new guys in?
Yeah, vibe's great. We haven't really added Blackwood in yet. Like, he just got here to meet the guys this morning. But it's worked out great with Wedge, and we're getting some results with him in the net. He's playing well. He's giving us quality starts every time he hits the net. So I think, so far so good.
Chris mentioned multiple times what they bring to the locker room and their personalities. How important is that?
Well, I think it's important for everyone to kind of have their own personality, but like, we've got a lot of quiet, competitive guys, and to have a little juice in our locker room and a veteran presence in our locker room, I think is always a good thing, and both these guys certainly bring that. I also think, like, a goalie with that type of positive attitude and a guy that's like a real good team guy, it helps motivate the guys to go to battle for him, a guy you want to play hard for, and when you know that he's going to be vocal and he's going to he's in it to win it, it's always helpful. So I think both of those guys' personalities kind of fit with what our locker room needs right now. Plus, I think that they can both help us on the ice.
It seems like Ross Colton's return has kind of helped Millstat's production. Just how do you feel about that chemistry on that line?
Yeah, I loved it. I think they played 2 really good games so far coming back. Yeah, really good.
Obviously, trades are give and go. Kovalenko, losing him is an ideal too. How do you see any effect on the team, and what does losing him kind of do for the lineup?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're going to get some guys back here. So just like Covey was in a spot with us where he played in a bunch of different roles, and he's had some good, some bad. He's still a young player learning what he's got to do to be highly effective in this league and make an impact on a nightly basis. So, I think when we add some of our players back in, his role probably diminishes a little bit. So I think this is a great opportunity for him to go play and grow with another young team that's got a lot of skill. And I think eventually you'll see his game kind of round out as a guy that's chipping in on both sides of it. You don't like losing young players, but you got to give up something to get something. And I think what we're getting is more valuable than what Covey can provide for us right now.
You heard coaches talk about, sometimes reliability is the best ability at the pro level. How much can just consistency from the goalie position help this team moving forward, where you're kind of not riding a roller coaster? Can it help settle the team down, the defense down?
I think it can immensely help our team, and we've seen that already. If you look at how we've played in Wedgie starts, it's kind of obvious. So we've already seen it, right? I mean, we've been in 5 games now. 4 games. We won 3 of those.
4 starts, 5 games. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we've won. He's quality start in all of them. Goals saved above expected is there. Like, we're just asking our goalies to save the ones they're supposed to make and mix some other ones in. But I like the way he's managed the game for us. It's more than just making saves or key saves at key times. It's managing the game. If you watch New Jersey, Pitt, every time they spent a little bit of time in our zone and the puck came to the net, if it hit his glove, he smothered it. If it hit him in the chest, he covered it. If it was leaking to the net, he covered it up, slowed things down. Like, they were never able to sort of gain momentum and sustain momentum in the offensive zone, because he'd just slow the game down and we'd make our change, and everyone could take a breath and away we go again. And it's that type of game management from veteran guys like Blackwood and Wedgwood that we need, and it allows us to, like I said, take a breath and then go after them at the other end again. And it just felt like in both those games we were, even though I didn't think Pitt was our best game, it was a version of what we did in Jersey, and it felt like we were in control of that game the whole time.
Even in the Detroit game, when Georgiev was starting, you guys were very stingy in the third period outside of that little flurry. But what is it about the team defense that's picked it up? Not just in Wedgwood starts, but it seems like ever since Georgiev was pulled against Buffalo, you guys have really hammered down on that.
Yeah, after Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, once we played Carolina, we had a big meeting. We were pretty blunt with our guys about our lack of detail and what we were doing, not just on the defensive side, but like other things, getting on the same page, being predictable to ourselves with our puck movement, so put us in the right areas to either go on the attack or forecheck and get the puck back. But a lot of it had to do with defending details. So, and we just had a little consistent run of it. It's great. But now we got to continue to do that. Like, we're at the point in the season now, a third of the way plus in, that our defensive game should look like that pretty much every night. If you have an off night and you get shelled like Carolina, fine, you know, but then you got to go rip out another handful, half dozen games in a row of it looking like we're supposed to look. Like, if you look at the games we've lost this year, we've given up, in those 13 games, we've only given up 4 or less twice. They're filling the net on us. When we're winning, our average goals against in those 17 games is 2.2. So it's a big difference. It's 5.2 in the losses and 2.2 in the wins. So when we're ready to check and play the right way, we're tough to beat. So now we have to do that very consistently. We should be getting more consistent as the year goes on. Like, they showed me, our group showed me in the Jersey game that we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Now you got to go get bought into it and committed to it, and it will lead to a lot of wins if we do that.
What's been the biggest change for you, for Calvin DeHaan in these 3-4 games that you're talking about?
Exactly that. Exactly the same as the team. Like, everyone's bought into it. It makes it easier for every player on the ice if they know what everyone else is doing and they're doing the right things. It kind of puts you on the same page. Again, it makes you predictable in moving in and out of your zone. It makes you predictable in your defending. You're not guessing all over the ice. It's just more connected. It's more mapped out. It's just attention to detail and hard work.
Rachel, you mentioned that the guys have been playing a little bit better in front of a new goaltender. So how does that change from a coaching perspective, maybe the mental load that you take on knowing that perhaps you have a little bit more stability in net and you can focus on other parts of the game?
Well, tricky question, but I think like we focus on, number one, the areas that we don't like in a game. And it changes every day. It's kind of like to some extent, even though it could be smaller leaks in it, it's like a boat sitting in the water and there's a hole and you plug it, another hole pops up and you patch it, and that's what you're doing all year long. But big picture, I think you're just trying to make sure your boat's as sturdy as it can possibly be. And as you kind of fix those things that are giving you issues, you still got to continue to improve other areas of your game and build on strengths of your game. And we've done that as well. Like, I just talked about the defending side of it being extremely important. That's our number one issue. That's the one we're trying to fix. Well, that'll be every game the whole year long. But on the flip side of that, in our wins, we've scored 4.5 goals per game, and in our losses, we've scored just over 2. So this kind of goes to what I've been saying since I've been here. The harder you defend and the better you are at checking the puck back, the better off your offense is going to be, and it's proven in our analytics.
Last one, please. Coach. Go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Same affiliation. Go ahead. Go.
The power play has experienced some highs
Yeah.
and lows at points, and you
Yeah.
mentioned that 5v5 play is the blueprint.
Yeah.
The top line obviously connected 5v5 in Pittsburgh. What's
Yeah.
not translating to the power play?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's funny because like in some of those games, you're not drawing a lot of power plays. Like, we had 1 the one night, 2 the next. We get rewarded the one night. I think it was on 2 opportunities. I think it's starting to come around. I think when you're only getting 1 to 2 power plays a night, it makes it difficult because you can create some really good looks and then not score, and then you're 0 for again, right? Part of our offensive plan is that we're skating with the puck and we're attacking the interior of the ice, both off the rush and in ozone play, which can help draw penalties. When your offense is really going, you're going to draw some. I think our team will draw more penalties. It's been a little bit slow moving for me. I know, like, it's always goes back to the same things for me. It's the quickness and intensity and pace that our power play's playing with, and then you have to get in attack mode. And sometimes that, like when our offense struggles 5 versus 5, we gain more of a shot mentality. We get shooting the puck more. We start retrieving it more. And in turn, we start attacking out of chaos a little bit. The power play sometimes gets reluctant to do that. But I do see improvements. I think it was breakout was too slow for a few games. We fixed that. We got in the zone nicely over the last couple. And then the puck moving in the inside of the ice in the offensive zone was a little slow for me at times. But sometimes it takes the power play just a little bit longer to kind of snap out of it than 5-on-5, in my opinion. I think they'll get there. It's a matter of time. We just got to stay with it.
Injuries play a role in this, but Mikko Rantanen, I think, is playing 3 more minutes a game this year than this year, and it seems to be taking advantage of it. How have you seen his game evolve in the second year?
He's been phenomenal. He's been one of our most consistent players. And so I think I shared this with you guys last year, like his role in Dallas, 4th line checker, what it was, what, his role was, how safe they played. Early last year, first third of the season, we started having meetings with him. Ray kind of took the bull by the horns there and started meeting with Kivy on him taking his game to another level. We saw it really when it comes to skating with the puck, making plays with the puck, thinking more offense once he's done his checking job, because he's one of our most reliable checking guys. Very similar to what we did with OC when he first got with us over his first couple years. And last third of the season, I thought Kivy was outstanding last year, and then his game took another level took another step in the playoffs. We talked with him early this year about making sure he came back and picked up where he left off, not to go back to just the real safe Kivy. Trust his instincts on both sides of the puck and try to become more effective offensive player, and he's done that. And that 3 minutes for me, yeah, we've had some injuries, that could affect it a little bit, but to me that's completely earned.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hang tight here, guys. I'll bring Mackenzie down here. Okay?
Morning. What's going on?
Where's it going?
Maybe before you ask your questions, just introduce yourself too, since Mackenzie hasn't met you. What's your affiliation and so forth?
How's it going, Mackenzie?
Hey.
Jesse Montano, Guerrilla Sports. Welcome to Colorado.
Thank you.
Just kind of your initial reactions when you heard the deal come through and you heard where it was.
Yeah, surprised I got the call this early, but I was really excited. It's a great team, great opportunity. So, I was very excited. A lot of moving parts on the day, but I'm really excited and happy to be here.
I'm with Colorado Hockey now. Just want to kind of get an idea from you what you feel you're bringing to this team and why this team is just going to be so important to you.
Yeah, I feel like my game's at a good point right now. I struggled a couple years ago with injuries and, kind of been on the mend the last 2 years, been able to put together a good 1.5 years of hockey, and I feel like I'm, starting to get better and better as time goes. So I feel like I'm kind of hitting my stride, and, I think that's what this team needs, and, I'm excited to try and bring some solid goaltending.
Rachel?
Rachel Toss with the Avalanche and Altitude TV. Welcome to the team, first of all. You mentioned you're excited. I want to know what excites you the most about joining this crew, and then what type of challenges or additional excitement is present knowing that the Avs have changed both goaltenders?
Yeah, I'm really excited because this is a really good hockey club, a lot of great players, great organization. It's first class all the way, so that's huge. And, this was my favorite team growing up, so, a little nostalgia there for me too, so very cool. And, with the two new goalies, Wedge, he's been playing great, and he's a great guy. So just a lot of, excitement on my part just to get in here and, become a part of it.
Who is your favorite player? Who is your favorite player?
Joe Sakic.
Troy, right from the day we're posted, just talking to Coach Bednar about he wants consistency from the goalie position to make the saves you're expected to make. How big is that in your position where you don't have to stand on your head every night with this team offensively? It's just kind of doing your job and slowing the game down, if you will.
Yeah, that's what you look for, every time you play. You're not going to have those spectacular nights every single night, but as long as you're bringing a B game at the worst, right? So you can win with a B game if your B game is good enough, right? So I think that's what I've been working on a lot over the last little bit. You're obviously going to have your great nights, and those are fantastic, but when you're not your best, like, what do you still have? So if you're on an off night and you can still get the job done, that's kind of what you're looking for, right?
Sheriff Dean at Colorado Hockey Now. Jared Bednar and Chris McFarland have both used the word juice. He's got a lot of juice in the locker room. He's going to be kind of a personality and outgoing guy. It's well documented. This team has a lot of like fiery leaders on the team. Just how do you offset that and fit into the mold here?
Obviously, it takes some time to acclimate into a dressing room, but, I always just try and be myself. If you ask anybody I've played with, I'm always the same guy. Pretty outgoing. I just try and be myself and, bring a good presence to the room. And, so far everywhere I've gone, people have seemed to, appreciate it. So hopefully I can just continue to bring that here.
Making guerrilla sports, you've played with Scott Wedgwood before. What is your relationship like, and how do you guys work well together?
Yeah, so I was with Scott a little while ago, but, he's a great guy, kind of like myself. He's outgoing, easy to talk to, friendly, just kind of brightens the mood a little bit. So, it's just nice to have guys like that around. It makes every day a little bit better.
Bednar, Denver Gazette. Just going from a rebuilding team to a team that expects to win and is competitive, do you have to change your mindset at all, or is that a little bit different?
I would say, you want to win, you want to perform your best. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still doing the same job, just on a different spot. So for me, not really too much has to change. I think I just go out there and continue to do what I'm doing, and hopefully we can continue to have success here.
Hey guys.
Are you a teeth in, teeth out guy? We saw your smile. Playing goalie, it's a different position. I asked Scott about it. Are you a teeth in, teeth out guy?
No, I can't wait till I get the permanents back in. So hopefully in a couple of weeks you'll see me with a nice pearly white smile. Yeah.
Eric, kind of a more long-term question. Over the last 4 or 5 years, your name has come up a lot in Team Canada. This is the next goalie. This is the next goalie. I mean, how much have you thought about this move kind of helping you toward 26, 30, like these Olympics, the coronations, things like that coming in the future?
Yeah, I mean, try not to think about it too much day to day. You just got to do your job out here, right? But, I mean, obviously coming to a team like this just helps you, get your name out there. If you can have some success, here, just helps you with your chances and stuff like that. So, I think that should be good for me, but try not to think about it too much.
Okay, guys. Good, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
It's got to feel great just to sort of be back, obviously with the boys the entire time, but just to be back in the lineup, especially after the impact you had made before games.
Yeah, for sure. It was like you said, it was just nice to be on the road with the guys. Obviously, I didn't play in all the games, but just the camaraderie, off the ice, kind of being on the plane, playing some cards, going to some team dinners and stuff like that. Just, I definitely missed it there for a while, and it was nice to kind of, wasn't sure what game I was going to come back for. Obviously, I was kind of targeting that New Jersey game, just, kind of being from there. So definitely wanted to play in front of some family and friends. Was fortunate enough, the trainers did an amazing job helping me get back before that. So I was like, let's roll with it.
Colts, the locker rooms are a sensitive place. When a big change like what happens, it's a vibe change. I feel like there was a massive vibe change with this group. You guys seem a little bit more effervescent. What's the mood in the room right now and on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, those guys were, big parts of our team. Obviously, Covey was young. He was still coming up, making an impact. And then Georgie obviously did, a lot for us these last couple of years. So we're definitely going to miss them. Obviously, wish them the best of luck. But, these guys that come in, they're obviously two amazing goaltenders. Scott's kind of, feel like almost rejuvenated us a little bit these last couple of games, especially that Buffalo game. He kind of came in, shut the door, and honestly obviously the Carolina game was, unfortunate. But after that, I thought we were rolling. I think it just gives us a little confidence. The coaching staff and management believe in this group, and if they're making changes right now, it just goes to show that, we have something special in here.
It's been a weird start to the season for you guys with injuries and goaltending situation. What would you say collectively got you guys through that as successfully as you did?
Yeah, I think just, great leadership. We got a lot of guys in this room who believe, that's been the mindset from day one. We know the guys in here can win. We have a bunch of champions in this room as it is. So, again, injuries happen. There's ups and downs throughout the season. Jared did an amazing job kind of managing stuff like that. It's not easy when guys are in and out of the lineup, but again, just the mindset of, every game, let's not focus too far ahead. Let's just get 2 points tonight and, kind of go from there.
What can a successful road trip like this past one do for this team?
It could do a ton, just build confidence. Again, it's anytime you're away from this rink, getting points is obviously huge. We like to use the, ball arena to our advantage. So anytime we're racking up points on the road, I think it's big. So obviously coming up into, a breakup in a couple weeks here. So let's try and just kind of build some wins there before we take some time off.
Saw a lot of star power on display in the last game. Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen both with 5-point nights. What is it like for you to play with players like that? Does it maybe give you a confidence boost in your own game too?
Yeah, for sure. Anytime those guys are kind of carrying the load, it takes a little bit of weight off the other guys. So, if they're putting up 5 points, I think we're going to have a pretty good chance of winning. So, again, those guys, they bring it every night. It's up to, they're the role guys to let's play our game, let's shut it down defensively and, chip in here or there.
You're always talking about the energy that you bring to your team and the line that you're playing on with Middlestat. He was kind of struggling a little bit before you kind of came back on the ice. How do you feel playing with him and
it's been pretty cool, obviously. Two amazing players. With them, Val kind of drives the play. I feel like he's obviously massive out there, but he plays similar to me. He plays hard. He likes to throw the body around. He's a power forward and one of the best in the league. And then Mitzi's he's finesse. He likes to slow the game down a little bit. So I think the three of us kind of mesh well with, we'll check pucks back for him, get it to him, and he's going to make a nice play. So again, it's been fun. Hopefully we keep building some chemistry and keep putting some points on the board.
You guys could have asked for. What's kind of the sense on how the process looked?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think got better and better. Obviously Buffalo, not a great game, even though we came back and won. And Carolina, not probably the worst game of the trip. And then why we bounced back after that to get those 3 wins at the end. Against. Jersey back-to-back, pretty tough game. They have a good team, and that was probably our best game of the year. So overall happy with the record, and at the end of the day, the wins are only the thing that matters.
So with that Buffalo game, is that one where, like you said, maybe not your best game? Is that an instance where it's nice to learn lessons in a win type thing?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it was one of those nights, not a great start once again, and 4-0 pretty quickly, but yeah, somehow we just believe in this team, and we have a belief in the locker room that it's never over until the final buzzer, and we were dominating the last 2 periods, which was good.
What does that do for the team to win that game? Like you're down 4-0 pretty quick, like you said.
Yeah, well, those obviously feel the best, when you come back from 3-4, even where 4 is pretty rare, but 3 goals, 2 goals, comeback wins always feel a little bit better because you were down and you found a way to win, even though obviously it would be nice to just have an easy win like in Jersey, or easier game. So, but it mentally gives us a boost for sure.
Over the course of just 10 days, you guys completely turn over the goaltenders in the locker room. I guess just kind of what's the vibe around? How's everyone feeling and getting new guys in?
Well, yeah, I think it's good. I think everybody knows it's part of the business. Trades happen and they can happen quick and out of nowhere. So, but yeah, we're excited. Obviously, Wedgwood has been playing good, and Blackwood. I remember playing against him in San Jose, and he's been really hard to score on, I would say. So it's fun to have him in our team.
Have you ever been part of a team that's had turnover like that?
No, it's never seen that. 2 goalies changing inside 10 days, like you said. So it's crazy, but it's business, like I said. So not surprising.
Thanks so much, Mikko.
All right, thank you.